Imagine a police force that doesn't chase criminals, but they rob them. In the sun-drenched streets of Miami, a group of real police officers made a chilling discovery. Their badges didn't just give them power, they gave them immunity. They weren't there to stop crime, they were there to perfect it. On the streets, they earned a terrifying nickname, the Rip Cops, for robbery in progress. Because when their sirens wailed, it wasn't a bust, but it was a heist. Someone was about to lose everything, not to a drug cartel or a street gang, but to the very people sworn to protect them. Think about it, these cops had everything a criminal could ever want. They had unrestricted access to confidential police databases. They knew exactly who was moving drugs, where the cash was stashed, and which doors to kick down. So they turned the entire system on its head. They meticulously targeted high-level drug dealers, the ones with stacks of cash. They staged elaborate, fake raids, using their real uniforms, real squad cars, and sometimes even what looked like real warrants. They'd storm in, seize the money, grab the drugs, and then vanish. No arrests were made. No reports were filed, and no witnesses were ever brave enough to speak up. I mean, who would you believe, a known drug dealer accusing a decorated police officer? It was the perfect crime. This silence was their shield. The victims knew that reporting the robbery meant admitting to their own crimes, leading to a long prison sentence, or even worse. The system, designed to trust the badge, protected its own. For years, this shadow crew operated with impunity. In their own minds, they weren't villains. They were just taking dirty money off the streets. They told themselves it wasn't theft, it was a form of street justice, a redistribution of illicit wealth. But greed is a hunger that's never satisfied, it just grows. Soon, they started stealing more, living bigger, and spending louder. They drove luxury cars, bought expensive homes, and flashed cash that a cop's salary could never explain. And that's when the foundation of their empire began to crack. Federal investigators started noticing strange patterns. There was money consistently missing from official raids, evidence logs that didn't add up, and a group of officers living lavish lifestyles far beyond their means. The net began to close in. Phones were tapped. Undercover agents watched their every move. Slowly but surely, the hunters became the hunted. Then everything came crashing down. One robbery went too far. It involved too much money and attracted too many eyes. The truth finally exploded into the open. This wasn't just a few cops making bad choices. This was a sophisticated, organized criminal enterprise run by the very men entrusted to uphold the law. The arrests came swiftly, badges were stripped, careers were erased, and long prison sentences were handed down. Families were torn apart, and reputations were buried forever. Miami was forced to learn a harsh lesson. The most dangerous criminals aren't always lurking in the shadows. Sometimes they hide in plain sight behind a badge. This shocking true story is so unbelievable it even inspired a Netflix movie because it exposes a deeply uncomfortable truth. Power without accountability will always, eventually, corrupt. It really makes you think, if the people paid to protect you are the ones robbing you, who do you call? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.